A long pair of lopping shears. I think I'll borrow them. Mr. Gravedigger?
Yes, lad.
The church is closed. Didn't the priest say he'd be back again today?
He wanted to sit off after breakfast. Call back again later.
Have you ever heard about the White Lady in the woods?
Yes, I've heard about it, but I've never seen her. Apparently only those of pure hearts can see her. That can't be true, though, 'cause no one here in the village has seen her, not even the priest.
What does that tell us about the people of Willow Creek?
Nonsense. There's nothing wrong with the people here. It's that murderous clan in the castle who've been spreading fear and terror for centuries. It's a pity you didn't do your job right, boy. The castle should have burned down to its foundations. Then there'd finally be some peace around here.
It wasn't me. I'd better be going.
Keep your eyes peeled, lad.
It's called organic waste here. On the other side of the wall, the graveyard. Yes, even a Catholic priest is sometimes just human. Why hasn't he got a toilet in his house like everyone else? Even too stony for a rock garden. The priest lives here. A pile of firewood, I assume. Almost everyone here still heats with wood. It's covered by an old door, which protects it from the rain. The door even has a round glass window in it. What was that? Flashback? Am I having them in the mornings now? What does this little man in my subconscious want to tell me? I better pop one of those pills. That's it. It's easy to carry the barbed wire away with the shears. I remember this house. I used to play with Angelina here when I was a kid. Could it be that Joyce was right? Goa? Inviting. I doubt that's the original lettering. I can see mounts for 2 more letters. Judging by the security measures at the gate, whoever lives here doesn't like visitors. I don't want to annoy them. Looks like no one's lived here for decades, apart from the rats, of course. What a rust bucket. But it suits the house. What the? It's just a blanket. Keep calm, Darren. Judging by the security measures at the gate, whoever lives here doesn't like visitors. I don't want to annoy them. I don't think the place in my hypnosis was so near to the house. Nothing. No hole in the ground. Wait a minute. There's something there. A luminous sticker. Just like the one I found in the hut in the woods. Perhaps Ralph lost it here. Or found it. Does he live here now? The hole isn't here. There's nothing there but scrub. I don't think searching around here anymore will help. If the hole in the woods that Angelina fell in as a child was somewhere around here, it's long since disappeared. Find an anchor in reality? What garbage. Ah, that has to be the priest. Excuse me, Reverend.
Reverend is too much of an honor, my son. I'm Father Frederick.
I see. Father, I'm Darren Michaels. You might know me already from the papers.
I do. I assume you come to confess.
No, actually I haven't. I don't have anything to confess yet.
What can I do for you, then?
Can you tell me where Samuel Gordon is buried?
I'm sorry, no.
Can you tell me where Samuel Gordon is buried?
I'm sorry, no.
The church here was built by Marcus Gordon, right?
The good Marcus, yes. It was the year 1213 when Marcus Gordon struck down his brother Mordred in a duel.
Marcus killed Mordred? Why?
A brotherly feud which had been smoldering for some time. Marcus embodied good, Mordred evil, according to the legend. Marcus beat Mordred. Good prevailed.
And what's this got to do with the Gordon curse? It originated in this period, right?
Yes, as far as I know. Mordred uttered the curse shortly before he drew his last breath. He put a curse on Marcus and all following generations. But that will soon be over. Lady Victoria is the last of the Gordons. The family line ends with her. Mercifully, one would be forgiven to say, as the clan has terrorized this whole region with its dreadful family history. But I'm sure you already know all of this. Seems like you are well informed.
Let's put it this way. I've been forced against my will to look at the curse in a bit more detail.
What do you mean by that?
My real name is Adrian Gordon. I belong to that clan there in the castle.
Oh, that's, I'd say, a surprise. Adrian Gordon. I thought he died as a 13-year-old. Didn't he fall down the castle staircase?
That's part of the dreadful family history that you were talking about before. But as you can see, I'm still alive.
Risen again from the dead. My congratulations and God's blessing, my son. And what is your relationship to the Gordons, if I may ask?
Perhaps you can remember Samuel Gordon?
Oh, yes, Samuel. He came to confession shortly before he... well, you know. Yes, I remember him.
He was my father.
That explains quite a lot.
We were talking about Marcus and Mordred.
Yes, that's right. Marcus struck down his brother Mordred in a duel in the year 1213. After that, in order to atone for his actions, he had this church built here on pagan ground. A few years later, he also built the academy, also on pagan ground. It was to be used to house the Gordon Chronicles, so the curse could be researched by academics. But the academy was completely burned to the ground in 1512. Most of the chronicles were destroyed. Everything that could be recovered was brought here, to the church.
Right, but all of these stories always begin with Marcus killing his brother. Does no one know the cause of the dispute?
Well, there are various theories. Some say that Mordred was possessed by the devil. I also read somewhere that they were fighting over a woman, which is pretty much the same thing, right? Basically, it's about the fact that Marcus Gordon, the more religious and stable brother, won. Mordred is depicted as a godless sinner who's burning in hell to this day.
Do you know if the brothers were born here?
Probably not. Both were tireless crusaders in the name of the church. But why they built a castle here in Willow Creek can only be speculated on. Perhaps they freed the land of non-believers and the castle used to be a kind of keep in order to hold the area. Or they were gifted the land by the church as a reward for their support in the Crusades.
Thank you, Father. I'd like to hear the story about
Marcus struck down a few years later. It was, but the
right.
Well, I also basically.
Do you know if?
But what? Perhaps. Or
Thank you, Father. It would seem you've been in charge here for a long time.
What are 40 years compared to eternity?
Seems the gravedigger has also been working here for an eternity.
Mark? Oh, he does his job well. Yes, he really feels all that digging in his bones. He's been looking for an apprentice for years, but no one seems to be interested. Are you educated in a profession?
I'm a physics student.
Ah. Well, let's talk about something else.
Can you tell me something about the graveyard?
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? You can really sense the centuries past when you're in it. According to the records, some of the graves are over 800 years old.
Probably all Gordons.
The Gordons have had their own crypt since 1512. The Academy was burned down, and, well, space was needed for the many dead, and that's why the graveyard was rearranged.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.